So phase 4 is ending and phase 5 is coming, so let us get right to it. I'm going to work backwards to what I think I'm interested in and kind of comment on the rest of the upcoming projects. So Echo looks fine. Daredevil was an interesting surprise, and we're getting Loki again. Okay, that's good. But on the movie side, things not meant for Disney Plus, there's really not that much. I guess I would be interested in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which will have Adam Warlock, but I've not been a fan of the Guardians under James Gunn. But that will be the final Guardian, so that'll be interesting. I've enjoyed the Ant-Man's, but Ant-Man as a character really only developed, ironically, in the Infinity movies, so it's really late blooming. But if you're into the Ant-Man, that's coming. And they technically did announce Fantastic Four as well as two Avengers movies, but they didn't have that in the presentation, at least not the main timeline they showed. Okay, so pretty good on Disney Plus, but in terms of the movie projects, not really all that interested in what they're going to bring with Captain America. The Marvels, maybe, but we need more. They haven't even really dropped any teasers, so it's going to be Brie, and I would suppose Kamala Khan, but don't really know. There we are. What is this secret invasion? I have no clue. I know from the comics, but they diverged from the comics so many times. It's not even funny. And to be fair, the Black Panther trailer looked okay, but that's closing out Phase 4, and they don't seem to have a trilogy in mind. How much will that leak over to these other projects? Can't say. So, on the whole, only a few projects that I think even most people would be interested in, but a lot of this stuff, like Agatha, why Ironheart? I mean, apparently the female Iron Man is going to be in the Black Panther movie to set her up, but what's going to be the big thing behind that? It's not clear. And some of these other projects are like, I mean, maybe, but again, we don't know enough. So Fantastic Four is coming, but they have not named any people or even a director, as far as I know. That's kind of in limbo. And the Avengers movie says it's going to be about Kang. And they have really built up Kang. Not good, but at least he has been introduced. And he seems very, very powerful. Presumably, Ant-Man 3 will provide more answers. But I'm getting the vibe they're going to do what they did with the Infinity movies, which is like, oh, the main antagonist is Thanos, and the main antagonist again is Thanos. Seems fairly boring. But again, if you know the comics, Doctor Doom and Kang are related. At one point, they were actually identical people, but they changed that. So in the new continuity, which is technically the old continuity, Doom and Kang were like cousins. But I don't know because this Kang is black and Doom canonically has been white. So how are they going to figure that out? I don't know. So a lot of puzzles and questions. Am I excited? Well, I would have to be honest, compared to the DCEU, this does look a lot better, but really it's only a handful of projects I would even care about. It's interesting what's not returning, which is Moon Knight, even though that was successful. I was hoping for more with Hawkeye, but that may happen, maybe not. It's pretty amazing how much of this content is being made for Disney Plus, and they've been much more careful on the movie side, which may be a good or bad idea. But I'm wondering what the composition of the Avengers is anymore. They still have Thor, technically, Captain Marvel, but the Hulk may be retiring with the She Hulk. Who are the players? I don't even know. And so it seems a little chaotic and up in the air. And the things I might be interested in, I'm getting a lot of warning signs. It's not going to be for me, especially Blade. They clearly are not going to be Blade R rated, which you can kind of understand. And Multiverse of Madness gives them a lot of credibility. They can do a lot with PG 13, but I doubt they're going to really have a good full on horror movie with Blade. So that's going to sap a lot of interest. And apparently they're going to have a daughter or female companion, and that's just gotten annoying. I think that's fine with some of the Star Wars projects, but that trope of just having a female companion with the male hero all the time is just getting really silly, and they just overused it way too many times. It was good with Kenobi. That made sense with that universe, but we already know Blade. We've seen a whole trilogy of movies. We know the comics. He's been in the animated Spider-Man series. How's this going to work out? I don't know. Thunderbolt essentially are a very big twist, which I don't want to reveal, but it's led in a certain way by a very familiar face. But again, they've changed that character a lot. But if you know the Thunderbolt story, it's actually pretty fascinating. But again, they don't have enough villains for that particular story, I think. So they've killed off too many of their villains. So I don't know if they can really do that project. So we'll have to wait and see on that. If they do the Thunderbolts, I'll say about four of these projects look interesting: Loki, Echo, Daredevil, maybe the Thunderbolts, and maybe Marvels. That's about it. The rest seems just they're padding out the slate with a lot of projects nobody wanted, nobody asked for, and with a lot of question marks. And there we are with the latest phase of the MCU, I guess, slash Disney Plus universe.